For a while, imagine you are standing on the edge of a vast shoreline. To your left, waves crash with raw power cold, unpredictable, ancient. To your right, endless blue stretches beyond the horizon, warmer, deeper, mysterious. Two oceans, two personalities. Two giants shaping our world in ways we barely notice. Today, on Travel and Cruise, we unpack one of the greatest natural rivalries on Earth, the Atlantic versus the Pacific Ocean. We will discuss what truly makes them different. Which one is more dangerous? Which one is better for cruising, and which one hides the greatest mysteries beneath its waves? Let's dive in. When most people hear Atlantic or Pacific, they imagine wide open water. But these oceans are more than just water. They are living, breathing systems shaping continents, climate, and even the way we travel. The Atlantic Ocean is like the dramatic storyteller, home to powerful storms, historical trade routes, famous shipwrecks, and deep cultural history. The Pacific Ocean, on the other hand, is the quiet, giant, massive, diverse, stretching across 1/3 of our planet's surface. Both oceans are beautiful. Both are dangerous, and both offer completely different experiences for travelers, adventurers, and cruise lovers. So, which one truly stands out? Let's explore their differences in a journey across the globe. Let's start with scale, because when it comes to size, the Pacific doesn't just win. It dominates. The Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean in the world, covering more area than all the continents combined. It stretches from the west coast of the United States all the way to Asia and Australia. Meanwhile, the Atlantic Ocean is only about half its size. Still massive, still powerful, but nowhere near the Pacific's sheer scale. Think of the Pacific as a sprawling, mansion-wide, spacious, endless. The Atlantic, more like a high-rise apartment, busy, active, full of movement. But size is just the beginning. Now we will see the climate and weather. Calm versus chaos. Here's where things get interesting. The Atlantic. The storm architect. The Atlantic is the birthplace of some of the world's strongest storms, including hurricanes that hit the USA, the Caribbean, and parts of Central America. Warm waters plus cold air equals explosive weather. If you live on the East Coast, you know this story well. The Pacific. The weather giant. The Pacific produces typhoons and powerful tropical storms, especially in East and Southeast Asia. But because it's larger, storms have more room to disperse. Overall, the Pacific can be calmer for long-distance cruising, but don't underestimate it. After all, this is home to the Ring of Fire, the world's most volcanically active region. Soul, calm on the surface, but fire underneath. Next is depth and mystery. If you think the oceans look deep from above, wait until you dive into their actual numbers. Let's see, the Pacific Ocean depth. The Pacific holds the Mariana Trench, the deepest point on Earth. A place so deep that if Mount Everest were dropped into it, Everest would disappear completely. The Pacific is a world of underwater mountains, trenches, and hidden ecosystems. And now the Atlantic Ocean depth. The Atlantic is shallower overall, with fewer extreme underwater features, but it holds something equally powerful. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge, a massive underwater mountain chain stretching from the Arctic to the Southern Ocean. It's the seam of the planet where continents slowly drift apart. Two oceans, two different stories beneath the waves. We will see which ocean is better for cruises. Now let's talk travel, because that's what Travel and Cruise is all about. Cruising the Atlantic. The Atlantic offers Caribbean cruises, transatlantic voyages, routes to Europe, Africa, and South America. It's rich in culture and history. Think Spain, Portugal, Italy, New York, Miami, the Bahamas, Jamaica, and Brazil. But the Atlantic can be rougher, especially during hurricane season. Cruising the Pacific gives travelers access to Hawaii, Alaska, Australia, and New Zealand, Japan, Tahiti, Fiji. The entire western coastline of the Americas. Pacific cruises offer dramatic landscape, glaciers, lush islands, generally calmer seas. Generally, it is more scenic, but longer distances. Let's discuss marine life now. These are two different worlds. The Pacific is the king of biodiversity. Coral reefs, giant ocean trenches, countless species, many still undiscovered. The Atlantic, while less diverse, has its own stars. Great white sharks, humpback whales, sea turtles, rich fisheries feed millions worldwide. Each ocean is a unique underwater kingdom, shaped by temperature, depth, and ancient geography. About culture and history, we will see how oceans shape people. First, about the Atlantic Sea. The Atlantic shaped world history from European exploration to the trade routes linking America, Africa, and Europe. Cities like New York, London, and Lisbon grew because of this ocean. And second, about the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific shaped civilizations like Polynesia, epic voyages across thousands of miles by navigating the stars. It's a cultural ocean, a place of legends, myths, and spiritual connection to nature. Let's lighten things up with some travel-friendly insights. We see fun facts. Number 1. The Pacific Ocean contains 25,000 islands, more than the rest of the world combined. 2. The Atlantic Ocean is growing wider each year by about 1 inch. 3. The largest cruise ships in the world sail mostly in the Atlantic and Caribbean. 4. The Pacific Ocean is home to the longest coastline on Earth, thanks to North and South America, plus Asia and Australia. 5. The center of the Atlantic Ocean is known as the Bermuda Triangle, a place full of mystery and legends. Let's see some travel tips. For calmer cruises, choose the Pacific outside typhoon season. For culture plus nightlife, choose the Atlantic, Caribbean, and Europe. For scenery, Alaska and Hawaii in the Pacific are unmatched. For budget travelers, Caribbean cruises are usually cheaper. For adventure seekers, South Pacific Islands offer remote, untouched beauty. At the end of the day, choosing between the Atlantic and the Pacific isn't about which is better. It's about the stories they tell. The Atlantic whispers history, storms, migrations, and the rise of nations. The Pacific breathes mystery, ancient cultures, infinite depth, and islands scattered like jewels across endless blue. Both oceans shaped who we are. Both hold secrets we haven't discovered yet. And both invite us to travel, to explore, and to dream. Whether you're standing on a Caribbean beach or watching a sunset in Hawaii, you're connected to something bigger than yourself. 2 oceans, 1 planet, endless adventure. If you enjoyed this journey, imagine where we are going next. Subscribe to Travel and Cruise for more cinematic travel stories, ocean mysteries, cruise adventures, and breathtaking destinations. Your next journey begins with 1 click. See you in the next episode.